Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remain. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Dire team pick. Radiant.
I speak for the trees. Sand.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Night Stalker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Admiral Conquer!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Soul Warlord.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Mirana.
Dire team ban.
Timber Saw!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The sack.
Choose your hero. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. Thirty seconds to battle.
Putin's gold remains.
Gold for my chest. Oh, bounty!
Well, well.
First blood on the sand strikes the perfect note.
Last of the elves ones.
Lives like grains of sand.
For my kin. Denied. Pull roots and run.
I'll take your tribute.
Oh, shut my wrist.
You had no place here.
Bounty!
Sustains
The seeds of fortune.
remains.
Dire are scanning.
Back to full.
Why, oh why?
Regeneration.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Perfect.
Connection with the arrow. They've got the X mark. They're holding him back into the torrent. Perfect usage of complexity skills to make sure that they can control him for the maximum amount of time required. Bottom lane, CCNC getting aggressive onto Mu. Quick Burrow Strike keeps him safe for now.
Dire's
CCNC
structures
won't be able to
are
chase for the
full.
kill. Does have to be a bit careful as well. Epicenter's up, and if Kyle's heads up, they may be able to have enough magical damage to bring down CCNC. They'll lead him with the Burst Strike, Torrent to follow through, and with the Epi, they've got enough with that epicenter. It's going to be close. They do. Z3 comes in, make sure they have enough damage, and Complexity get the 7th kill. This is, it's getting pretty damn crazy here. Complexity are just all over the map. And they're not even having to run at OpTic sometimes in that situation. Purely just CCNC getting over-aggressive and underestimating the reaction of Complexity. You can't play diving behind tier 1s when Complexity have been moving around the map as they have.
Especially not against Kunkka. Kunkka is one of the best support heroes that you could pick against the Timbersaw. Just so many lockdowns, so much long duration lockdown just by himself. And like you mentioned, under the tier 1 tower eating the epicenter with Z-Freak porting in. CCNC, the only time he could play that aggressive is until he finishes Hood, which is what he's going on next, but it's going to be a while. And he's really the only person that has having a good time. They're going to make another gank. There's no epicenter here, but they have both.
They have indeed. The boat comes through. Torrent onto him. Have they got enough damage? They have indeed. 4 of the heroes surround CCNC. Another kill for Complexity. They're not done yet. They're trying to look for more. Sprouts onto Misery. Misery's not getting home either. Double kill for Lim. 9-1. 9 minutes coming up. 3K gold lead for Complexity.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I mean, this is just some top stuff from them. And OpTic
These
getting
two
battered
kills,
around a bit.
these 2 kills onto the Timbersaw is very important, considering that Timbersaw was the best performing
highest
member.
farmer.
Yeah, by far. And the fact that they shut him down, so now Complexity is effectively winning all 3 lanes off the back of the 2 ganking American brothers. So this is kind of the worry that the panel brought up. You know, you don't want to be going into the mid game where they just scale much faster than you do. And we're at that point. Now, OpTic is stronger in the late game, but I don't think it'll get there given the pacing of the game.
Complexity don't seem to have any intention of letting it, that's for sure. OpTic TPing down in mass numbers to the bottom lane. Complexity will respect that, they back up. And Pycat, so this build as well on the Troll, we saw it from Miracle yesterday. And what do you think about this? So the Battle Fury Troll, a lot of pro players valuing the Battle Fury after its recent changes, as it was sort of was buffed to a better place in terms of the potential of the cleave and the cheaper build overall. I mean, do you like this on LA course? Do you think we'll start seeing more Battle Furies in this patch?
I think so. Because of the change to Mask of Madness, I think pros are looking for another item that could help you sustain and farm. Okay. Which is exactly what Battle Fury gives you. And also has a very nice build-up, which is, you know, getting the Ring of Health in the lane to benefit. And then, you know, so far Pycat didn't seem like he needed it, so hasn't really gone for the Ring of Health just yet. But for, let's say, a safe laner, you might just pick it up there.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Sometimes you see it rushed a little earlier. Pycat is getting a bit of space, and he is still close behind. Very much up the top there, and it is close between a lot of the cores. Just Zai's slightly behind on the solo lane Magnus, but he's getting good levels. Level 7 on the Mag. And should have no trouble catching up with Farm with the Mag Shockwave, the Empower, move himself out of harm's way as he runs into Pycat.
I'm really feeling this new skill item build. Bottom lane, Timbersaw has teammates up, so she should be fine. Instead of going for the Blink Dagger, Moo's going for Drums. This really reminds me of like offlane Bat Rider. Remember, as a Bat, you always used to rush the Blink, but for a long time, Drums. Yeah, it's like very similar playstyle. And this allows him to be so much more active so much early on. You know, you don't rely just on the Blink. He gets to walk around with much more stats, much more movement speed. The Urn's now taking in, getting kills. And every kill sets up that Lestrak to actually get tower damage.
It's so potent at this stage of the game, as we just saw. Just walking in like that between the two. More than enough burst to take down pretty much. I mean, maybe the Timbers was a little bit of an exception. He is starting to tank up, working towards the Hood, but the any other member will just instantly get blown up by those 2 heroes. 10-1, Jesse. He's got his eyes on Pycat, but he is going to miss the stun. That Moo cannot chase down, close the gap. Tick will be fine. Still, yeah, the 3 highest net worth heroes all over on the side of Complexity. Moo coming around, wrapping towards the mid lane. There's 4 heroes of OpTic here. But feeling a little careful about actually making a commitment onto the Sand King. You say with his build-up, he's got a good amount of beef at this stage. PPD just keeping safeguard of Pycat's area of the jungle, making sure that Complexity are unable to invade it, but Complexity are going to attempt for it under the cover of a smoke.
Yeah, they know exactly where CCNC's here as well. They have epicenter, so this could be a very easy kill if they could get all the lockdowns.
Indeed, with the amount of stuns that they have. Arrow, Torrent, I mean, they've got so much control at this stage. Every hero with some sort of catch. Sure, the Z-Freak Sprout a little less so, but at least the other four all having these hard lockdowns.
Yep.
And it's an absolute nightmare for OpTic to play at against this gets point of the game, just 12 minutes in. It's doing so much against OpTic's lineup. And Zai, he sprouted, skewers away, limps on the hunt. And yeah, Zai, I think he just TPing cancel immediately, realizing that he cannot go for that with Limp in the neighborhood. And with that TP cancelled, it doesn't really make anything any better for Zai as he just gets chased down. 12-1, complexity really turning up this morning in NA.
You know, you were asking me the question is why don't teams do more position for MPs? Like, I feel like watching Z-Freak's performance, teams should be doing more.
I was going to say, I think, you know.
It's so effective.
It really is.
The mid-game worry that I have for him is like, no, he can't actually catch him levels, but you could just jungle very effectively because you're NP. So, man, maybe Z-Freak and the rest of complexity is onto something. We have seen like MP supports really long time ago in the Chinese scene, but I don't think they've done it nearly as well as Z-Freak is doing right now.
I'm trying to think of other teams that I've seen recently. I think Middle Feed did do it recently. Okay. I want to say I feel like I saw Sin doing.
I'm curious to like where is he going to transition? I thought he was going to do something like an urn, like port in.
He's building up the gold, isn't he?
Yeah. This might be like a Midas transition. Orchid would be pretty good because, you know, Orchid is just good on MP. But we'll see.
He could get the second. I mean, he could get drums, but indeed it's already going to be there on the Sand King. But it is still such a nice item for the MP.
Okay.
Sometimes we see them get the Orchid. Having that silence could be nice. Up top, Kyle. For the combo, they'll bring him back into the arrow, but PPD is there.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Another item that MP could consider is the Shadow Blade into, you know, the brick. But
yeah,
it is the support, so it's just like pretty hard to farm.
Down bottom, move.
Is under attack.
Duking it out as it were. OpTic, they're looking for him. And I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. No, move.
He's so
Should
tanky.
be fine. Yeah, it's so hard to jump on, even if they do manage to get the vision. Zai still only halfway towards the Blink Dagger. They're going to get moving onto him straight away with the Burrow Strike. Jesse actually a little slow with that one. Doesn't find the follow-up stun. And with that, Zai knows that he can go for the safe TP out. Bit of a mess up from the combo there of complexity. Potentially, I think Jesse just couldn't quite close the gap up top. They've got the lead in. Again, these arrows from Limp just perfectly coming in each and every time after the X mark. They have this X mark into arrow combo down to a T.
They changed on him so well that he couldn't even activate his hood active, which might have gave him, you know, a couple more seconds there. CCNC is like playing as if he's unkillable, and they killed him 3 or 4 times now. I think he needs to stick to maybe jungling.
Yeah, he's got to be coming out in the lanes at this stage for any member of OpTic is such a scary thing to do. 7k gold lead for complexity as they continue to build it up. Up top arrow, won't connect onto Misery. Kyle unable to get the catch for the X mark, but they're putting pressure onto this tier 2. Z-Freak consistently shoving the lanes into the Treants, and mid lane, Move jumps in with the Burrow Strike. A little too close to the tower, but the 2-man torrent for Kyle holds them down. But the X mark onto Pycat. See if they do follow it up. It looks like they don't feel confident in diving too deep, and they don't really need to at this stage. They can hang back, wait for Mu to finish off his blink. He's very close on the Sand King, only 400 gold away. And it looks like, yeah, Z-Freak, he is going to go for the Orchid this game. And with a bit of passive farming, he'll have that pretty soon complete as well.
I guess one of the benefit of having a support MP is that he could also get to the lanes very easily as a support. That means whenever he sees some sort of free farm off the map, he gets to get there, whereas most support heroes would have to walk very slowly across the map. So
I mean, we're seeing at the moment, look at his farm. He's actually on
I want to try this in a
pub
pub game. Like, it's just so effective.
I think one of the things that makes it so good this game is that there's so many playmakers on complexity. He definitely needs to have a lineup like this where there's a lot of action happening, because you could very easily see an MP being drafted in a game as a position 4, and if no sort of action, there's no kills early on, it could be very easy to get left behind. But that's not been the case this game. It's been so crazy in favor of complexity.
Pretty much every one of his teammates could be a playmaker on their own.
They can set up for his TP.
And then he comes in and just augment their power. So very, very nice. As expected, we're going to see all of the tier 1 tower already destroyed by the Edict Max build of Chessie. And they're basically looking for any kill into a tier 2 push. Given this is daytime, I don't think OpTic could actually fight at all, so complexity should easily take down Airshot.
Lim tries for the arrow on CCNC.
is under attack.
Quite get it, move. To move himself away. Pycat looking for a bit of a chase down. Nearly has the Battle Fury on Chol. Still just the 500 gold to go and he'll get there. It's not going to be the quickest of Battle Furies, but as we say, once he has that and with him power, he is going to clean up camp. An absolute treat. Bottom lane, Chessie getting all the space in the world. He's able to finish up a tier 2 tower on his own.
Yep. Now, on paper, that is true that Empower lets you farm very quickly and neutral and stuff like that, but that's assuming you have the space to do so, right?
Yeah, true.
Right now, Complexity is doing a very good job invading their space. Once these tier 2s are gone down, I don't think OpTic will have camps to farm. So I'm not sure how much that Empower is going to let them scale into the late game.
Yeah, you're right. They're slowly but surely losing the map here, OpTic. And now with the blink on Mu, it could get even scarier. At the same time, though, Zai does have the blink. And as we know, a good RP can absolutely turn the tides. But it's all about Zai finding the opportunity to get in there and get that jump. And with things like Moonlight in the game and also it's just all the stuns, you know, anytime that Zai makes a jump in, if he doesn't get the majority of these heroes, someone on Complexity is going to be able to turn around and kick back pretty damn hard.
Yep. Now, granted, if he does find the catch, there is a lot of follow-up. You're looking at Winter's Curse, you're looking at Timbersaw, his full kit, and Splinter Blast, stuff like that. Troll Warlord, of course, once he has the Battle Fury, he can get in there and get a little bit of AoE damage as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they get the Dream sort of 4-man, 5-man RP, people are going to die in Complexity.
Right, but that's just tough, because I think...
I just feel like they're not going to give it. I mean, you're looking at this lineup, they have, what, a Mirana, an Alesh, and an Nature's Prophet. You've got 3 ranged heroes. You've got Kunkka, who's very rarely going to be on the front lines, and Sand as well. There's no one that's really looking to jump into the center of the fight. So
exactly.
The chance that there's multiple heroes grouped up, it feels very unlikely unless Complexity make a big mistake.
When people group up, it's generally under 2 circumstances. When you're pushing, but of course, like you mentioned, that the 3 pushing heroes are the ranged ones, so they're likely not going to group up.
And they're good at split pushing.
Exactly. Now, the other time that they will group up is Roshan. So there might be an opportunity where Complexity, given the big lead that they have, they could go into the pit thinking that they'll be safe, and then OpTic just surprise them with a big smoke play. But that's assuming that, you know, Complexity is, like you said, giving that easy mistake. Moon's going to get caught out.
Yeah, they can get out of this one. They pop the Moonlight, and they do have the sentries down. OpTic gets a kill. It's a good one, Moon. Got a 5 kill streak, so a decent amount of money going to Pycat. And he needs it, because look at the individual hero's net worth. It is exactly as you said, the way that Z-Freak, you know, they get control of the map. He's just been farming. He's nearly as farmed as Pycat on the Troll Warlord, on this position for Nature's Prophet.
And he is going to be going into the Shadow Blade, into the break for the Timbersaw passive. So, yeah, it's looking to be a very rough one for OpTic. I'm not seeing where their comeback potential is, apart from hitting a 5-man RP, but...
It really is all on the Dream RP, it feels.
I mean, there could be some sort of, like, Roshan sneak possibility. Troll Warlord is one of the fastest hero in doing something like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Getting pretty crazy indeed. What can OpTic do? They're going to start to pull their ranks together on this top lane. Limp, the lone one there at the moment, but look at this smoke coming in from Complexity. It was under the ward, so OpTic should be aware, and indeed they are. They just back the hell away from that top lane. They do not want to mess around with the potential jump from smoke that was looking to come in from Complexity. But no, as it is very hard for OpTic to take a team fight being 10k behind. And even harder so when they are not the ones getting the jump off.
Despite with the 10k lead, though, I don't think Complexity could think about high ground just yet. Okay. I don't think the heroes are tanking in left. Considering that Leshrac also doesn't have a BKB, right? Can you imagine a scenario where Chessie tries to edict the tier 3 building, gets Blink Spear back, and just gets absolutely obliterated? Complexity now will go for the Roshan.
And as you said, this would be one of the positions where it would be very nice for OpTic to try and take a fight around the pit.
If they could be there.
That's the thing, they're all down bottom at the moment, and it's unlikely, even if they knew it was going on, that they could actually get there in time. It's already down to half health. Complexity taking it pretty damn quick with the edict from Chessie. Jones popped as well, adding that extra attack speed. And OpTic, they're starting to sort of move themselves over, but moves around, guarding the outside of the pit on the high ground. And indeed, Complexity will take this rush, no trouble at all. Aegis into the hands of Lim.
I think Isaac. Oh, Blue blinks in.
Yeah, gets the Burrow Strike onto CCNC. PPD and Zai's down the sideline. Zai looking for an opportunity to jump in. They've got the dust onto coL. Silence as well onto the Kunkka. But OpTic, they're backing up. Limp leaps forward, gets the blow with the diffuser blade onto Misery, setting up for the Blink Burrow strike from Mu. And with the X-Mark pack, they'll take down the Night Stalker. The rest of OpTic get themselves back up to base. But as soon as they grab that Aegis, Complexity turn the heat back on. They've got the creep wave moving in on the middle lane, and they'll look to take another tier 2 at just 21 minutes in, keeping the pressure high.
One thing OpTic is very good at is defending the high ground with things like Shockwave and Splinter Blast. They could just kill an entire creep wave before the creep wave even sees the building. And that's pretty much what they're relying on in terms of dragging out this game. Top lane, PyCat will port out. By the way, PyCat has bought a Blink Dagger, which is not, you know, if you were asking me earlier what I think he would buy, I will say something like BKB, because I feel like he just needs to survive.
I was going to say, I mean, this definitely indicates they're going to do their best to draw the game on OpTic.
Right.
You know, this accentuates the split push. It helps getting around the camps quicker. It is going to allow PyCat to continue to absolutely accelerate his farm. And he is doing well, you know, considering his team is 13k behind. He's only 1,000 behind the highest net worth on Complexity. So the farm is definitely coming in for PyCat. It's just the problem that it's not quite there for the other cores on his team. And
it's going to be pretty big.
That is indeed.
So normally Blink Dagger is a very good split pushing item because you push a lane, you blink in the trees, and then you get away. The problem is that Complexity could easily cancel that Blink Dagger with Wrath of Nature at any given moment and then set up a gank on PyCat. So it's a good split pushing item, but just less good in this scenario and in this game. But I was thinking something like a Shadow Blade might be a little bit better, but obviously the Blink Dagger will also allow PyCat to jump into the Lestrak and focus on him and hopefully like just perma-bash him to death.
And if they get an RP, just instantly be able to follow up.
Exactly.
Getting himself in position for the maximum amount of damage during that stun. Ooh, coming over. My hunt again. We'll see if he can find PPD. I think a little deeper. Does get his eyes onto the Magnus here. And in fact, with the arrow and the Epi, they may just even be able to kill him through the cold embrace. It's not going to be enough of a heal. And even with the Winter's Curse from PPD trying to hold back Mu, Mu will survive as he burrow strikes out of the chakram. And look at this, Complexity, they're looking for more. The Orchid comes down onto PPD. Complexity take a second, and that's 2 heroes of OpTic down. With that, they can try and push for the high ground.
That's the 2 best anti-pushing heroes. Well, no Splinter Blast, no Shockwave, and they just walk up the high ground. Creep Wave still looking strong. Here comes the Edict. That tower is dead.
Yeah, they've got the chakram, but that really is about it. You know, this Night Stalker cannot get stuck in. And PyCat, with his build, he has no intention of turning up for a defense at the moment. He's still in farm mode. He can't come to a fight at this stage of the game with his items. So they have to let it go. 23 minutes in, Complexity clearing up this mid lane of Rax. Mu being X-Mart, looking to go in for a bit of harassment before he gets dragged back. But they'll play it safe. They take the Rax, they back off as OpTic fully respawns. And this game looking to get harder and harder for OpTic to actually turn around. They're just falling so far behind.
Top shrine is under attack.
Have we seen an RP yet this game?
I don't think we have, Lumi.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
I think
attack.
one thing that OpTic also recognized that at this point in game, if they just go for, let's say, an RP play, and you don't get like 4 or 5, you just lose another one.
And look at the item Kyle's just picked up on Kunkka. It's one that's been a hot question how good it is, but he's going to do it. He feels confident, Kyle. He picks up the Meteor Hammer. 24 minutes in. Dare I say, that's going to be one of the earliest Meteor Hammers I feel in pro games.
Actually, can you just like X Meteor Hammer the spot where they come back in? You just time that perfectly.
I mean, you're right. He has more than enough control to set up for getting the Meteor Hammer out in the team fights.
I don't think you could recall the first and back into the Meteor Hammer.
Not whilst you're channeling, at least.
Yeah, you just wait for that X to run out, and then they automatically get recalled back.
On top, looking for PPD, moves in there with the burrow strike. That's going to be one, and in fact, he's jumping forward for more. Z-Freak's there with the silence onto CCNC, and he's got to kill himself. Bloodstone deny as he knocks himself out.
Misery.
Radiant's top shrine.
And as it
is under
seems, though,
attack.
OpTic, they just can't leave the base at this stage. They've got to just do it from the high ground. Every time they come out, Complexity's on top of them.
I mean, doing it in the high ground is also not a game-winning situation, because Complexity could just draw this game out. They have essentially 4 to 5 cores, especially with Prophet playing the 4 here.
Yeah, absolutely.
PyCat blinks into a couple of trees farming it, but it's a bait.
Oh, and he has got no way out of this one. The Torrent comes in along with the Epicenter, a boat to the face. Oh, and he meets it, the BM Meteor Hammer.
Oh,
Dota's version of the teabag. And that's Pycat out for 40. Complexity now cleaning out this mid lane, coming in for more. Burrow strikes there from Mood. Quick Force buying some space for PBD to back off. But this game has just been dominance from the start, right up until this point from Complexity. 18-3, 18k gold lead. They have to smoke. They have to find the Dream RP. Pycat, in fact, buying back as well for this defense. OpTic just in absolute shambles this game, as it seems.
Well, here comes a very offensive last-ditch smoke. Smoke gets broken.
Maybe they can catch coL. We'll see. He's on his way out. He doesn't have a TP on the Kunkka. But as it seems, he's just going to be able to walk away. OpTic can't close the gap.
Salamene smiles upon me.
Smoke ends, so no cigar. They haven't even gotten to tier 1 mid yet. And even if Zai gets a good RP, right, you gotta keep in mind you have to get like 3 or 4 at least. If you only get 1 with that RP, you lose racks.
Here we go. That relative boots up at the moment. Zai, he's close. Can he find the dream jump? He's gonna start head up to the high ground. But the Sandstorm, Pycat opens onto it there. The Burrow strike, but Moo is falling low. OpTic, can they actually finish off Moo? Mid lane, the stun's gonna be there, controlling up CCNC. Limp jumps forward, has the stun onto Pycat. The Crippling Fear comes through with a mischance. He can't stand around for too long. Winter's Curse, not really hurting him, just holding him in place. But mid lane, they've lost Zai. CCNC gets caught out by the stun from Chessie. They have the magical damage to take down Timber. And again, it's OpTic losing heroes. They can't get their teeth stuck in at all to Complexity's lineup. And they're trying to run. They're trying to get back to base, but Moo's not gonna let them. Jumps in with a Burrow strike. Misery's down as well. 21-3. The numbers getting more painful for OpTic as this game goes on. They're trying their darndest. They're somehow just desperately looking for any chance to get back into this game, but I don't know if it's happening, Lumi, at this stage.
I don't know either. Would not surprise me if OpTic calls GG after the second lane of Rex, which Chessie is gonna easily take here. He is so tanky.
The power of Diabolic Edict. And there we go. coL, X-Mark onto CNC. We'll see if they dive in for it. At the moment, it's just sort of keeping them back. Making that space for the racks to go down into G. Second set of racks down.
Complexity just looks so good. Like,
They really do.
strategy-wise, they look great. Showing us the position for Nature's Prophet. The interesting way of playing that Sand King, the Blink Dagger for things like Urn, as well as drums.
I mean, yeah, Moo's just been a god this game. He really has. 5-1-11 on the Sand King, making plays from the lane to the mid game.
Also, coL landing pretty much every single X-Torrent combination, which you expect pro players to do to begin with, but a lot of times you just kind of mess up.
Yeah, we do see teams mess up with it. And of course, Limp and Chessie just being the solid cause. They're highest in the farm. They've been offering the damage when the setups come through to allow them to fight. Quick jump away from Limp. Misery doesn't even get the chance to go for the silence. So Limp's going to be out of there.
You know, whenever I see Mirana jumps 3 times, it really reminds me of Epona from Legend of Zelda.
Epona?
You know,
when
like,
you're running around the overworld.
When you play Ocarina of Time, you can only give it 3 carrots, and then she has to slow down again.
I thought the carrots mean you run faster. They don't make you jump.
Yeah, you run faster. You can only give it 3 times.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, there's only 3 times, and then
So
you
what
slow
you're
down.
saying is you want an Epona Arcana for Mirana?
Make
I
millions.
would love it.
Yeah.
Nintendo, ring us up. Here we go, top lane Moo. He's coming in, giving the vision. They will find Zai, quick with the blink out. They won't be able to catch him, but they should be able to get Misery. They've got the X-Mark. Oh, X-Mark into Meteor Hammer. It's a hard combo to pull off, and coL, he will whip it.
All right, take back everything I said about coL. Come on, how do you miss that combo?
I mean, it's such a, honestly, X-Mark into Meteor, it's the easiest thing to do in Dota. Come on, coL, step it up.
I'm pretty sure that was the first time he attempted that combo.
I think it's the first time it's ever been attempted by anyone.
Yeah. Didn't we strategize the Winter Wyvern Curse into Meteor Hammer?
That's true. Yeah.
That should be pretty easy.
I mean, I think I don't know how many Meteor Hammers OpTic would need to recover themselves this game.
If you get 5, you could chain stun them with Meteor Hammer. I thought about that one.
Wait, what? It doesn't stun, does it?
Yeah, it does. Or it used to. Did they
I thought it
remove
used
the
the damage in it.
Let's read it.
I think it, yeah, it doesn't stun.
It said
If it's-
stunning enemies
wait.
for 1.75 seconds.
Oh, you're right, Lemmy. I'm an idiot. That's why I have
it
used
stuns buildings too. You can stun the
Oh, yeah,
towers.
that's right. Yeah, it does stun buildings. Dude, you're right. That is what OpTic's missing. If they all pick up Meteor Hammer and just stun the absolute out
Right,
of
they set up with the RP, right? And
RP
then
into,
more Meteor. Yeah.
into 5-man Meteor Hammer. I think you're onto something. Where's PPD's phone number? Give him a ring. There we go, around the pit, ready to fight. X-Mark onto Misery. They will miss the X-Mark in tower combo this time, but it doesn't matter. Look how much damage is coming out for Lim. Cold Embrace comes through from PPD. You've got CCC on the front lines trying to split Complexity up, but then Moonlight shadowed. The Burrow strike away, Moo a little low. Misery being turned towards by Leshrak, and CCC is keeping them at bay. Now jump forward with a silence from Z-Freak and just a physical from Lim. Lim will pick up the kill. Godlike for Mirana. 23-3. PPD's not even getting home. He tries to TP out in the tree line, but Complexity's got the lockdown. This is absolutely 29k gold lead, 31 minutes in. I mean, I said this morning I thought Complexity would be the hot ones to watch out for today, but I'll be honest, I didn't expect this sort of a beatdown against OpTic. OpTic, these guys, they know how to play Dota 2, at least they should do, but this game, they're getting absolutely trashed by Complexity.
Yeah, and this is considering that you have in power on your team, you have Battle Fury on your core. Technically, you should be farming faster, but of course, none of that actually matters when you're losing out on so many kills. It's 3-24. I'm pretty sure there was a 3-2-2 moment some point in this game that we missed out.
We did miss it.
Oh, and that was your calling.
I was going to say, the meme game is weak today. Apologies, chat.
We lost Slack, so a lot of us were just dying a little bit.
Rest in peace, Slacks.
Regeneration.
30k gold lead. Not many times have we seen a team come back from this sort of deficit. Can OpTic be the ones to do it today? It's a big if. That RP is there, as we keep saying. Did we see an RP yet?
I don't think so. Pretty much Z-Freak, every time he ports into the fight, he's going on Zai and he's silencing him. So I don't think this is really like Zai's fault or anything. It's just, you know, they're so far behind. It's so easy for OpTic to come into Extra and Burrow Strike, Orchid.
It's going to be X-Mark back.
No.
He's just going to die.
Wait,
that
PPD
quick and easy play.
PPD is like, alright.
Did he have Cold Embrace?
Yeah, he is on cooldown still.
Oh, he's not even using his spells now. I mean, they're still holding on OpTic, or at least trying their best to do so. Jesse finds the stun. They've got the X-Mark as well, holding CCNC in place. OpTic desperately trying to clear out this wave at the top. They'll cut forward onto Jesse, bring them down to half, but there's the Sprout, the stun of the silence, holding CCNC back. Tier 3 in the top lane, now down to less than half health. Pycat looking towards Moo, but Moo, he's so beefy with the Solar Crest, drums, and point booster. And up top, PPD just gets comboed down by the Winter Wyvern. Meteor Hammer is going to be off the point this time. CCNC Timber Chains away. Pycat trying to do something this game, but he just cannot. The Burrow strikes in from Moo, holding Pycat back. CCNC out of mana, out of health. There's the RP! He finally does it, Zai! And it might... No, it does nothing. It absolutely does nothing. No one is dying on Complexity, and GG well played is called. My goodness, I would not want to be sitting in the OpTic boot camp at the moment, because there is going to be silence. That was such a beat. There just never was a hope for them. 3-29, 34 minutes, Complexity. That's just unbelievable.
I mean,
we knew the Complexity were good, but did anyone expect that sort of a match?
I mean, I think Grant did. Grant was.
I mean, the panel all said OpTic, didn't they?
Yeah, they all did. So.
I mean, at least they got a kill for each of the predictions. You know, 3 predictions.